Hello everybody, Ringo Sparky here with you, and today we're going to take a look at the weight potion and getting that today. I'll show you here. It is in our technology tree over in our herbalist's hut 1. We want the potion of weight here. And to get it, we're first going to need 250 gold. Coins. So, to do this, what we're going to look at is the trick that I used in our last video to gain a little bit of coin and kind of go from there. Along the way, we'll just get a good visual of how the game is played, and I'll kind of explain a little bit to help you understand. Now this game, like most, you are going to be spending tons of time punching trees, as they say. And you know what? It's alright. It's what it is. You know what you're getting into. And there is actually a way to have your workers do it for you. So you really only need to do it when you want to expand or kind of craft, for gold, for coin and stuff. So whenever I'm out and about cutting trees, I always just like to gather everything I see on the ground, tree-wise. You never know when you might need sticks. You can always quickly just drop them all off somewhere if you don't want them right now. It's just, saves you the time later in hunting them down when your fields are all dry and barren. Or it's winter maybe and you can't see them. It's not exactly the case, but if there's ever just times where you don't have many lying around. But from here, I want to at least get 3 big trees knocked down into logs. Then I'm going to take those logs. Yeah, I thought I had another tree over there, maybe 4 if my weight's good. And I'm going to take these and turn them into planks, because that's what we need for those wooden vials. And the whole reason we want this weight potion, because in most games, and even in this one right now, you can see I'm starting to have a weight issue. It's very common, especially in the early beginnings of these games. And it's just, a puzzle or an obstacle they want you to overcome. Weight potions are usually the quick, easy way, without having to level up and put a bunch of point and options into, your weight, wasting them most of the time. All right, here we're going to craft multiple. We're going to get all of these into planks. So that was 12. Let's see how this looks. So it's gonna, it was 12 logs and 24 planks. Here it tells you what you're making and the total number of crafts. This time, every time we do craft planks, it does give us 2 at a time. And it does look like this is slightly lowering our weight as we do that, which is good because we want to be able to run when we go to sell all these wooden vials later anyways. This is definitely one of those games that there's just no quick, easy way about it. I mean, you will spend your time and you will grind. This is a game for people who like to grind and who really enjoy setting up a management system. We'll touch more on that later as it is more complicated. But right now, I just want to lighten the load of all those twigs. See if that helps us a little bit here. And we're just going to head over to the production hut here and get onto our workbench. Gotta free it up from the person using it. Now we can use it. and set our wooden vials to a ton. So now that is 24 planks. That is going to make 10 vials each for a total of 240 wooden vials. So we got some money coming in. We're also got some weight coming in. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if we'll be able to carry all of this back to town. And as you can see, it does take about 6, 7, almost 7 seconds, it looks like, per vial. So we'll be stuck here crafting for a minute. This is why you really like to have your villagers kind of set this up and manage it for you. Then you're just not, spending this time every day or kind of whenever it is that you need extra coin. And there are ways to do this through your villagers. Obviously, you did just see one of my villagers at this workbench here. Most likely she was producing these wooden vials. It's one of the tasks that I have her set to do, so that she produces them and stores them in my storage unit. From there, I actually have a building, a market, where another one of my villagers is set, and the market will sell one item, or one type of item per villager or per set or per building. And that is a nice, easy way to just get a little bit of residual income coming in each day without having you to run around and do it yourself. Does require the setup, it does require at least 2 villagers, well, I would say maybe even 3 villagers, because you'll need a wood shed getting you the wood and making it into planks. You'll then need the workbench in the production building here to make them into wooden vials, and then you'll need the market and a villager there to sell them. And at this point, when we finish here, I'll go over there and show you what the market looks like, so you can see how this is a little bit more automated for us. It looks like it'll be just a little bit longer here. At this point, I've not found a way to speed this up. Maybe as the technology grows a little bit, it'll get quicker. Maybe there's some kind of perk down the road for it. At this point, I'm not aware. We will exit that. We do not have a weight issue, which is awesome. And our market is right here. You see, I have a villager there set to do it. And I just don't really feel like getting into anything. It looks like you could sell a lot more than one item, one type of item, but fortunately they only allow you to do one, which in this case is fine. It's a lot easier for me to just make wooden vials than it would be for me to make 3 or 4 other items and pull all of my resources around and my villagers onto different tasks. For now, just keep it the way it is. I can earn money when I need it, and my village is, for the most part, sustaining itself. Alright, now that I'm in town here, I'm just trying to find one of these NPCs that appears to have a sack with it, and they should be a...
How's life treating you?
They'll sell me their wares or show me them. And as long as they have the money, they can buy all of it. The 240 will sell for 360. Kind of wish I would have gotten a little bit more. Don't know if prices change on the different vendors, but for now, I'll take it. It is gold, and I got what I needed, so I can go over into my technology tree and find that weight potion, which I thought was right here. Where is it? potion of weight. And we can buy the schema for it so that I can now produce once I gather the proper items. I don't have poppy seeds. I'm not entirely sure if anybody sells them.
How can I help
I'm pretty
you?
sure this person
Whatever you
would.
need, I've got it.
No, but she does sell the herb bane. Oh, that's my inventory. Let's see, what does she have over here? Any poppy seed or herb bane? Don't feel like looking for that in the wild. Shit, poppy. So I could take those and get the seeds, I believe, from them. In my barn. And then let's just check anything else here. We should be good. There.
My wares never disappoint. Have a good day.
There we go. And we will run back to the village to try to find the herbane and then craft this potion, which I assume will be at our herbalist's hut, which was one of the later buildings I produced. Should be over here, I believe, by my stone shed, if that's what they call it, or quarry. A rock gatherer, for all I care. Let's see, I do need to find that patch of herb vein. I'll be lucky enough to do so. Probably won't now. But, we'll see. I'm not exactly familiar with the look of it. There's our deadly nightshade. But I think it's our threshing floor where we can take the poppy. And it does not look like it. How do we take it from here? And that just gets a flower. So we may actually have to get our poppy seed right here. Good thing this one's pretty quick. And we've got our seeds. Let's see if we can quickly find some herb vein. Maybe a little more difficult than I want it to be, but keep our heads up and keep an eye out for some of these bushes that may look a little different than the rest. Plants or so that may as well. Definitely finding the nightshade and the berries. But that's not what we want this look through. More sticks. And plenty nightshade. Well, that's how these games go when you're crafting and foresting and trying to look. Now, if I'm finding this or deeming this, I don't want to say impossible, but not worth my time, it is why I have an herbalist. And you can see about having her pick it up for us instead. Oh, let's see what we can find. Looks like those are just our hunters. And the night bane. That's even what it's called anymore. Is not showing up to us as easily as we'd like. Oh, what is this? Hey, henbane. There it is. So now that we have a better idea of what it looks like, watch us not be able to find any more of it anyways. It does appear that, some of these flowers and herbalist items are more rare than others, or at least in this geographical location. Maybe if we went into the mountains or so, we might find different plants. But for now, this is what we have around, and we're trying to make use of it for this weight potion. So I'm just going to kind of scour the land a little bit more. What was that? Sounded like an animal. There's deer. Let's just let that go for now. Not in dire need of anything. And it looks like they might be handling it anyways. Plus, there's another one. That's 3. Can we get 2 more? I do have faith now. Didn't take us too long to get 2. We do know what we're looking for. And at this point now, all we have to do is just wander. Just St. John's wort. Looking for that white hue of a flower. Blues and purples over here. Chicory, maybe it's all just blue. Oh no, there is thistle. But not a specific one. Hey, there's another one. We just need one more. There it is. Alright. So now, I do believe there's something about a little bit of water. I'll go grab a bucket of water and see if... Oh, I'm probably going to have a vial. Let's double check everything we need for this. Gonna be here. We are going to need the wooden vial. 1 bucket of water. So, after I grab the bucket from here, which I'm running low on, I'm going to have to get more buckets made as well. Bucket of water. We have to go get some water and food instantly. Just noticed my resources there in the bottom right. Water being extremely easy. Food, we just go to our inventory. Should have enough berries gathered to work some magic here. Maybe, there we go. Keep eating those down. At this point, just eat them all. I'm not saving them for anything. And we need at least 1 plank or 1 wooden vial. Let's actually see if I have a deck in here. When they're made, they're placed here. Oh, I have plenty of buckets. I don't have to make those. I did have a piece of henbane in here. But it's important that I'm looking for a wooden vial. There we go. We do have 1. Lucky me. Lucky, lucky. And this is just to show you the whole process that it may take to go through just for a potion manually. Mind you, you could manage your whole town to do this for you. And that is the point of the game, is to have enough villagers. They're just doing all of this for you. So if you need something, They've already got it for you. Alright, do we make them here? Let's see. It looks like maybe an enhancement. Potion of weight. Here we go. Okay, simple as that. I got her done. I am going to set management now so you can start to see a little bit of how the management goes for this. To set our herbalist up to be making those potions for us, if we can. Let's see, we have the herbalist hut. We do have somebody set there. Looks like they're getting berries, wart, these plantain, dandelion, and nightshade. Well, don't know about the wart. So let's turn that down. And let's add the henbane. Make sure he's not overworked. And poppy seed is something I'm going to have to make myself. Or give him. But the potion of weight I can put there for him. And we can just see how that works. Now, 1%, he's probably not going to put out one. So let me take off this and this, and then add a little bit more. Let's see, he's only going to be getting one. He needs to get 5 for that. Ooh. So it's going to take him a little bit of time. I can fill this up. I'd like to at least get these to 10%. As we saw with the henbane, 10% meant that he'd gather 1. 20 is getting 2 per day. We do kind of need it higher than that, preferably 5, so that he's making hopefully one of these each day. Because he'll gather the resources for himself. I don't want to lower my berry because that's food for the people. So I also don't always like to max my guys out on works intensity. Not sure if there's an issue for that. We can always figure it out later. But this way, if he does have the resources, he will start producing. And to guarantee he has the resources, I just need to place them in his chest here. So I do have buckets of water that I need to get for my people, because there's just always something to be doing in this game, and hopefully you get a point where you're just not behind. The idea is to just stay on top of everything and stay ahead. I did see that my buckets of water for my villagers was low, and seeing how they make the buckets for me, and they'll get them automatically, it's not too much work for me at this point to just sit there and fill them. It does take some time, and soon, with more villagers, I can have somebody automate this process. But for the time being, I will just gather my water from the well. These wells are nice. They'll help you gather water so you don't have to run all the way to the lake or the river, but you don't exactly get them first thing in the game. So it's very, very important to build close to water in the early part of the game, just to help you on one resource that you don't have to hunt down and gather, make an obstacle. Okay, now that I had all of those buckets filled, I just want to place them over here for my villagers. And it does look like the condition of these buckets goes down over time. So it's a good thing that I just give them to my villagers now before they dissipate. Hey, that's going to conclude our video on the Potion of Weight. Hope you all liked it. Thank you very much.